One of the main challenges that I found was enthusing staff to access the website and to access the literature that I was taking around. Initially, it was being posted out. My previous officer had taken the information to the teams and distributed it, I believe, postal, via post, and I decided that maybe if I gave that personal touch and they had a face to put to the name and the publications they were receiving, if they did have any queries, they'd be more likely to make contact. And I'm fortunate there that we are centrally based and there are just 2 teams that are outside of the building that I work in, so I make a special visit to them in relation to research in practice. When I first got into the role, my mission was, as soon as the information came in, I needed to get it out. So I took it to all of the teams, as many copies as were available, equally distributed within those teams. And then I thought, well, I'm giving this information out. I haven't actually read it myself. I don't know what it says. So if someone asks me, oh, what's it about this month or this quarter, I couldn't actually tell them. So I started making a point of reading the information, and even though I still take copies to all of the teams, I tend to ensure that where I feel it is relevant for a specific worker or team, I make the point of having a discussion with them as I give them the information. The policy update on Monday of this week that was disseminated by Sal, there's some pertinent information for our fostering and adoption service. So I made sure that when I sent that information on, I made reference to the topics and why I thought it would be relevant, particularly for those staff. That way I'm trying to open a dialogue beyond the point of distributing the information so that people will come back to me, because feedback has been limited and sometimes you do feel you're working in isolation, and are people really getting value from my efforts and the efforts of the research in practice team? My next stage, I think, is to develop those feedback mechanisms somehow. I'm going to meet with the head of service now, I'll arrange that tomorrow, and work with him and the group managers to ensure that we get that feedback from the teams.